This is Chef Papa G, and I'm back. I'm back again. I want to explain something to you. What my videos is all about. My videos is about saving money. Not going out there buying your meals all the time. I know sometimes you want restaurant food, you want fast food, but not every day. I'm here to show you how you can stay at home and cook your own meal and save yourself a lot of money. I'm all about you saving money. So I'm going to be doing different meals, desserts, and different things on different videos. I'm going to be showing you how to do it the old-fashioned way. Back in the day, like I've mentioned before, Mama would have never took us out to a restaurant. My mom would never took us out to a restaurant. Never. We would never see a restaurant. And if we did, it was because we was taking a trip somewhere and we had to stop and get something to eat. But I'm trying to save you money. And I'm going to tell you today, I'm going to show you how to do a spaghetti. How to do spaghetti. But I'm gonna do it not with the ground beef. I'm gonna do it with turkey, ground turkey, and we're gonna make the sauce. Now I'm not talking about we're gonna cut up the tomatoes and stew the tomatoes and all that. No, we're not gonna go that far back. But I'm here to show you how to save your money when you're making spaghetti. Spaghetti will last you 2 or 3 days, and each day that goes by makes that spaghetti better. But I'm going to show you how to do it. Chef Papa G going to show you how to do it. So I want you to just realize that the reason I am here talking to you, showing you different things, is to save you some money. Stay at home sometime and cook your meal. Your children will love it. You know, your children probably don't even know if you can cook it now because you've been out here buying McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, and this place and that place. You know, spending that money. Don't save your money. Save your money. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Because each video is going to show you how to do a meal. Do something. All right? So stick with me. This is spaghetti video now. So stick with me. Like, subscribe. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. See ya. All right, I'm back, my dear friends. What we're gonna get started with, I'm gonna show you how I mix up my ground turkey. Right over here, we have the ground turkey here. You can see, have 2 rolls. 1 roll. Each roll is 1 pound. And you know, I've told you about the meat. You know, when you're seasoning meat, it's a teaspoon per pound. Or if you don't want that much seasoning, just half a teaspoon per pound. We got 2 pounds here. And right here is my season salt. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to sprinkle this in like this. My seasoned salt, and then, you know, you use it's according to what you want to use. I mean, how much pepper you want. You just, you know, some people like more pepper than I just like to just make sure that I have just enough for the taste. Then I also, you know, I'm going to show you my cut-ups, but I also use the onion powder. As you can see, that's the onion powder. I also use my onion powder. Make sure I use my onion powder. And because I don't like the raw onions. Raw onions for some people make their stomachs, you know, kind of queasy. So I don't use it. I use the onion powder. And I sprinkle a little bit of onion powder on there. You know, let's get the seasoning. Right now my skillet's getting hot. But this is what I'm doing. I'm mixing it all together. It's not going to get in there unless you mix it all together. People, we got to get it, understand. If you want the seasoning to get into your meat, you got to you definitely got to get it in. You got to rub it in. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna fry this. Yes, indeed, we're gonna fry this right up. My skillet's getting hot. And our next thing over, one thing I want to show you also, I'll put this aside. Want to show you, we got this is our sauce. Yes, and this can cost about, well, it used to cost about 98 cents. Now it's a little more than that, about $1.09. I got 3 cans. 3 cans. It's simple. It's not rocket science. 3 cans here of the Hunts. I'm not being paid by Hunts to advertise this. I'm just telling you. I don't make my sauce, homemade, boiling the the tomato and all of that stuff. No, I go ahead and buy this because it's cheap. You're looking at about at least $3.50 for these 3. You're not going to need that much for your sauce. I'm doing it because I'm using this sauce, in which I'm going to tell you this. You can use this sauce for your lasagna or whatever else, but this is going to be my spaghetti. This is going to be for my lasagna, but I'm teaching you today how to do the spaghetti. So it's the same process. Here, I'll show you this here. That is chopped up green peppers, red peppers, whatever, and that's going to be fried with my ground turkey. And how I got to make this look like this, I ground it up in my world famous Black & Decker. Yes, indeedy. This thing has been with me for a while, so hey, I bank on this Black & Decker. I sure do. I bank on that thing. So we'll put that aside, and when I come back, we're going to start frying some ground turkey. All right, my dear friends, we're back. And here you can see this is about a half a cup of bell peppers. Then I'll put in another half a cup. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna put it all in and let this fry up a little bit before I do my ground beef. Hopefully you can see that real good. I'm trying to film this by myself. My children not around at the time, so hopefully you can see this. I'm just like sauteing the green and red peppers. That's all I'm doing. Just sauteing the green and red peppers, and you see what I'm talking about. You'll get the idea. I'm trying not to make this a long video either, but you'll get the idea. Now I'm going to turn this on high, because I want it to be kind of hot when my ground beef, my ground turkey comes in there. Doing ground turkey because all kinds of reasons. You can do ground beef. People just want the ground beef. Some people want ground beef and ground sausage, Sausage is the real way to do it, you know what I'm saying, for spaghetti, but, some people use sausage, ground sausage, and, ground beef, and they mix it up. Now, as you can see, this is kind of frying up. It don't take them long because these are like we really chop these up kind of fine, so it don't take long. And then you can start adding your ground turkey. Hopefully you can see it. Like I said, you just forgive me this time. I don't have my camera person with me today, but I'll do the best I can. You see how I'm adding all of that in there? Yeah, look. And the turkey ain't ground turkey seems like it's more of a softer meat than ground beef. So but bear with me. We're gonna get the kind of the hamburger look. But as you can see, it's frying up. Got it on high. Don't look like it's doing much of nothing right now, but it will. Believe me, it will. And we'll let that fry up, and we'll be right back. All right, my dear friends, we're back. As you can see, our ground turkey is all ground up, all cooked up. And what I did, I strained the juice off of it. Got to get that juice out of there, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna add this Hunt's here. That's what you're gonna add. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. Get every bit of it out of there. Now, if you want, and I usually add a little more Italian. I usually add a little bit more Italian. They have a certain amount they put in theirs, but I usually dress it up, put a little bit of garlic seasoning. Of course, now you get these Hunts. They have the garlic and herb. You can see they have garlic and herb, and they have the traditional, and they have the meat. So, you're just playing around with things. You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science, like I always say. Very simple. You see how I'm mixing this up here? And that is your spaghetti sauce. You can take this spaghetti sauce, put it in the refrigerator a couple of days, take it out, boil your spaghetti. Now, I'm going to show you how to boil water. I'm going to show you how to boil some water. Some people don't even know how to boil water. That's the joke. But some people don't know how to boil water or boil macaroni noodles or spaghetti noodles. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Yes, indeed. Just stick with me. But look at this sauce here. Look at that sauce. That's ready for some spaghetti. Now what I do, I make sure this is up to temperature. I heat this up when it's got a little bubbling and all that. But now I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and just set this aside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself set up for, we're going to do some noodles. We're going to do the noodles. And like I said, sprinkle whatever you want on. You can add, I don't care, mushrooms, whatever else you can add to this. It's up to you. Right now, this is just simple because I'm using this sauce for my lasagna. But I'm doing spaghetti now. Let's not get off track here. I'm doing spaghetti for you, and I'm showing you how to do it. This is your spaghetti sauce. You can use it for lasagna. You can use it for anything you want to use it for, pertaining to Italian meals or whatever. So stay with me. All right, my dear friends, we're at it again. We're back with we're going to do this boiled water. See how we're boiling water here? The water is boiling. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're doing the spaghetti. We're boiling spaghetti. You can do the same thing as boiling macaroni for your macaroni and cheese. You can do the same thing as any kind of noodles that you want to boil. I'm just showing you, we're doing the spaghetti today. So I'm showing you the spaghetti. That's about 1 pound of spaghetti there. You can see 1 pound of spaghetti. And I kind of, they come in long sticks, and I'd break it in half to just make it easy for me to, for me to deal with. Now, what I do too, to add to my water, boiling water, I put like a teaspoon of salt. That's just to give a little taste, give the noodles, instead of the bland taste, give it a good taste. And then I'll put a little bit of you can see my vegetable oil. They say it keeps it from sticking, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna stick anyway, but anyway. Then, as you can see, when it gets to this boiling part here, I'm going to show you what I do. I just whisk it around, try to keep them apart, I just shake a little bit in, just like that. Shake a little bit in like that. And then you see it'll stop boiling a little bit, but that in there, we'll put them all in. And I take like a fork. I think I got a long fork I'll use. If I can find it. Something like this. You know, just to stir it around. Sometimes they'll pop out on you. And don't let it get on your burner. Don't let these things get on your burner because they have got a bad smell. But look how the water started to boil again. Let me see here. This is probably better for me. All right. You see what we got here? See how it's boiling? Pretty soon they're going to be limp. Now, a lot of people like their spaghetti al dente. That means half done. I like mine pretty much close to being done. But it's simple. You just putting it in some water. It's boiling water. You boil the water and you put your spaghetti noodles in. Around until they tender. Until they tender up, as they say. Tender up. And you can see now they're getting really limp. Starting to get limp on you. But it's simple, and you do the macaroni the same way. It's up to you how much water. Well, you want to put enough water. Because these noodles, as these noodles cook, they're going to take on a lot of water. So you want to have enough water in there. You're going to have, I can't even give you, for this pound here, I had about, and for that pot, I had about 3 inches, 4 inches of water in it. I can't give you the cups, how many cups or whatever. I'm to guess about 6, 7 cups, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. As long as it's enough water that you can just move it around like I'm doing here. But it's a simple process, you know, boiling noodles. You do your egg noodles the same way. You can cook them al dente or you can cook them all the way through. You know, the main thing, when you're straining it, once you put them in the strainer, cool them off. Then they will be ready. But, you know, I kind of take one out once it gets close to the cooking time. I kind of take one out and eat one. If it's kind of half soft, half hard, I just keep it cooking. Keep it cooking. But like I say, simple process. This don't take no time, you know. Take a few minutes off your phone and say, hey, I'm going to boil some spaghetti because I'm going to have some spaghetti tonight, you know. Spaghetti is really simple. You buy the can of the sauce, you know, it costs you $1.09, $1.20. You get yourself some ground turkey, ground beef, a pound, fry it up with some onions, green peppers, bell peppers. You can use the Black & Decker machine to chop it up. Small food processors to chop it up. Or you can chop it up yourself. Get some knife experience. Now you see how this is doing right here. So we're going to let this cook some more. We'll let it cook some more, then I will be right back with you. All right, friends, I'm back again, and we're going to get into we're going to strain this stuff. This spaghetti, not stuff, but spaghetti. Here's my strainer. It don't look all that great, but you know, that's my strainer. Then I got my spaghetti over here. Hot spaghetti. Got to watch out for that steam. Yep, you can see I got it on cold water so we can cool it off a little bit if you can see what I'm doing here. Running that cold water over it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that spaghetti. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Drain that hot water off of it. Pour some of that cold water, get over it, cool it down a little bit. And if you don't want it to stick on you, you take a little bit of oil. Take a little bit of oil, squirt on there a little bit. Mix it around like so. Mix it around. Then let it drain inside of a pot. There you go. Put it in a pot. Put the pot down here like that. See what else we got here. Then what I'm gonna do? Trying to cook up some garlic bread for you. I'll show you how I do that in just a minute. All right. Now we're going to start to plate it, and I'll be right back with you. All right, here's our plate right here. Now we got the sauce that we did up earlier. This is our sauce that we did up earlier. And then we have our plate. Right there. Don't that look good? Now, this here is my homemade garlic bread. What I did, I used a hamburger bun, opened it up, fried it, or you can put it in the oven. You can put some butter on it before you do it, and then you put your little sprinkle of Italian seasoning. Make it look presentable. You see what I got here? That's my Italian bread for right now. Instead of you going to the grocery store getting yourself a whole big log of, if you got some hamburger gravy, you got some hamburger buns or hot dog buns, use that. You know what? It's all about saving money. If you had hot dogs yesterday and you still had some buns left over, use that as your garlic bread. It's all pretty much the same. You're just in different shapes. I'm trying to get you to save some money. Stop out here. Then I need to get garlic bread before I make spaghetti. No, you already got the garlic bread pretty much probably in your cupboard or somewhere in the bread box, So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this here. Now, it's up to you how much you want on your spaghetti. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and just do it so it'll look decorative. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Now, don't that look pretty? Yes, indeed. Let me see if I can't find something else to make it even prettier. You know what I'm saying? And make it even prettier. That's something. Go on the side and make it even prettier. Something like that. Just to go on the side. Now look at that. That's a little bit of kale, but, look at that. Look at that. Simple. You can make I got a big bunch of this, and I just wanted to give you make a sample plate to show you how you can entertain your guests. Got company coming over. You don't want to spend all that money on a meal. Spaghetti is the best meal to do that with. And you can see this is about the best you're going to get right here. Yeah, there you go. That is pretty. So stick with me. Watch my videos. Watch my videos. Like and subscribe, Give me a thumbs up, Come back again. Look at it over and over to get the recipe. You're going to save yourself some money. All right, until my next meal. Don't know what that'll be, but just stick with my videos. Stick with me. Watch me. I'll be here pretty much trying to be bringing out a video every Wednesday. Wednesday in the morning. I try to bring out a new meal that you can try. Let your children try. instead of taking in the McDonald's every time you look around. Come on now. This is that old-fashioned, this is spaghetti. All right? Well, I'll see you later. Till the next video.